That belief is to trap women. 100%.
Yeah, Father, you should know when someone is a walking red flag.
I mean, a spade is spade.
Yeah, both men and women. There are some things you see in the partner, you know, automatically you cannot be with that person
At all.
She said she convinced herself that men are naturally polygamous, so his affairs were not reasons enough to leave. Welcome back to the KNTV Talk Show. I'm your host, Ayobami Ibrahim. And on today's conversation, it's a painful one, and I want us to approach it with care. A woman came online to share her heartbreak. She said she lost both of her children and she blames herself for ignoring her husband's repeated infidelity. According to her, she knew about his cheating even before marriage. Friends and family, even her sister warned her. But she stayed because she believed all men cheat as long as he's providing and he came home, everything will be fine. She said she convinced herself that men are naturally polygamous, so his affairs were not reasons enough to leave. Now she's grieving and she's asking herself, did I stay for the wrong reasons? I have an amazing guest here with me today to help us unpack this.
So welcome back to the KNTV Talk Show, Mr. You've been here before.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Please introduce yourself to us and tell us what you do.
Well, my name is Taye Ibrahim. I am a content creator / social media manager.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So you've heard the whole story.
Yeah.
You know, you've seen how you unfolded.
Yeah.
So let me first ask you this. She said she knew he was cheating before they started the marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the family warned her. In relationships, when do we draw the line between nobody is perfect and this is a red flag that we should not ignore? You know, was she wrong for staying, or you know, was she just hoping that the man would change when they get married?
Well, I would say she's wrong for staying because there are certain things that people do that are detrimental. Let me say your partner will do that are detrimental to your peace. Yeah. And there are things that your partner will do that you know that they are not detrimental to your peace, your mental health, your physical health, or financial health, or anything. You understand that you can manage. But when it comes to things that are now detrimental to your own peace of mind, don't micromanage it. So that's where you draw the line between nobody is perfect when it costs you your own peace.
Thank you so much for that. I think I totally agree with you because you should know when to cross out a red flag.
Yeah.
Rather, you should know when someone is a walking red flag.
I mean, a spade is spade.
Yeah,
please.
both men and women. There are some things you see in the partner, you know, automatically you cannot be with that person
At all.
Let me move to the next question.
All right.
You know, she stayed because she believed all men cheat. She felt like, okay, why would I cheat because this man is cheating? Even if I marry the next man, he's still going to cheat. This is something that a lot of women, you know, they say. They believe that they can't change that cheating nature about them. So is this belief protecting women or is it trapping them into a situation that hurts them?
Protecting women, that belief is to trap women. 100%. You know, we are in this patriarchal type of system that everything favors men more than women.
Yeah,
And saying all men cheat does not protect women. It traps them so that you think there is no better outside.
yeah.
Even if 100%, right? There are 100% of men here and we want to slash the percent, you will still see 2% of men that are not cheating.
Yeah.
So tell me, why are you settling for what is going to cost you your peace? Everybody believe men cheat, so expect it from me and it should not be a problem. Don't accept that from any partner, be it a man or a woman.
True.
Especially as a woman, don't even accept it from that is cock and bull story. I bet it with you, there are men out there that do not cheat.
Yeah, trust me, everything you need in a partner exists, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
We're not saying there are not flaws, but then there are some flaws you see, you just know automatically that you can't live with this person. They're not the standard that you actually want in a partner. And why would you be there? Especially not cheating. Cheating is not, whether you're a man or a woman, cheating is not something that you should condone.
We should erase that school of thought that all men cheat.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. Ye.
You're welcome.
So let me ask you about guilt and accountability. You know, the hardest part was her accepting that this whole thing started with her. You know, she said she caused it because of the whole pain that she was carrying. You know, how do we talk about personal choices and consequences without putting blame on her? Or do you think we should actually blame her for everything that literally happened here?
I would not fully blame her.
Okay.
Yes, I'll blame the type of society we are in. I'll partly blame society.
Okay.
I'll blame her as well, because I don't know, we are human beings, right? There, even if society will keep talking and talking,
Yeah.
there are parts you know that this is black and this is white.
Yeah, this is what I want, this is what I do.
This is not right. This is too much to take, and you leave.
Yeah.
Society has done its part. Now it's your turn.
I feel like you had your own choice to make for those children that you lost. You had a whole lot of choice to make for them.
Yes.
So that's why whenever we see people maybe getting married and such like that, we just be like, I hope you are not just getting married to them because you love them. I hope you are seeing the things that maybe you want to raise in your children.
Yeah.
You want your children to see this in the father and such like that. Because your partner might be a good husband, but might not be a good father. He might be a good father, but might not be a good partner.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah.
So I'll partly blame society, and I will blame her as well.
Thank you so much
You're
for that,
welcome.
Miss Lai. Okay, now for my final question to you, Miss Lai, I want to ask you. You know, she has been warned and she still stayed. She lost her children. She has literally lost her life at this point. So this is the hardest part. She's dealing with grief and regret now. So for anyone watching who feels like they've made a wrong choice in their relationship, how do you start to forgive yourself? How do you start to heal? What advice would you give her to even start this healing process? Because at this point, it feels like her life has ended. So what would your advice be to her right now to properly heal and, move forward without drowning in guilt?
First of all, I feel like she has to accept the fact of what has happened. Number one, you accept that we make a lot of mistakes in our lives. But the first stage of healing is identifying it, knowing that you have made that mistake, and then forgive yourself. Give yourself grace. Now that you know better, you give yourself grace. She should go to somewhere that she likes. Just do things that she doesn't regularly do, maybe that she used to like before. She do it. She can fast and pray. Forgive herself, give herself grace, and let it be. It might not be easy, it's going to take time, but at the end of the day, you cannot kill yourself for what has happened, right? Now you know better. The end goal, or the main goal right now, is how you can heal. So you can't have healing without forgiving yourself, without identifying what has happened to you and giving yourself grace. So that's it.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that honestly with us. Thank you so much for being on the show.
You're welcome.
And I feel like when she wants to move on, if she finally decides to move on, she needs to understand that it's very, very much okay to start all over again. No matter the age that you are, it's very much okay to start over again. And for you that is watching us out there, everything in your relationship is not all about money, love, or respect. Safety matters too. Peace matters, faithfulness matters.
Stability matters.
They all matter. So don't just look at some aspects and ignore the rest. Look at it. The person has money, but is the person giving you peace? The person has money, but does he respect you? Do you understand? So thank you so much for watching this episode with us. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, like, and comment down there. Tune in every Sundays and Wednesdays for new episodes on KNTV Talk Show. Bye.